The government unveils 9 projects that feature Hong Kong's unique cultural and natural assets, from revitalized historic sites to immersive neighborhood tours. The latest jobless rate unexpectedly climbs to a more than 2-year high. And Ombudsman Jack Chan stresses the removal of archived records on the official website means to facilitate the public. Good evening. You're watching Cable News. I'm Evelyn Bai. The government unveiled 9 tourism projects blending heritage, industry, and nature to attract travelers seeking authentic Hong Kong experiences. Emphasizing there will not be a fixed visitor targets, officials say they are confident of a promising economic outcome. Kun Ting Yang tells us more.
The government working group on developing tourist hotspots, led by Deputy Chief Secretary for Administration Werner Chuk, reviewed the list of projects this afternoon after 6 months of preparation. Under the initiative, Kowloon City's film-linked alleys will be the first to debut this month, with historical exhibits and movie installations. The urban in-depth tourism also plans to explore the Old Central, open up the old Yau Ma Tei police station, host regular themed bazaars at Causeway Bay's Victoria Park, plant pink trumpet trees at Tamar Park in Admiralty, and revitalize a former front yard pier by early next year. Notably, the Made in Hong Kong industrial experience will offer exclusive access to homegrown brands including food seasoning company Lee Kum Kee and bakery giant Kiwa. Nature enthusiasts will also gain curated access to the 4 peaks, including Victoria Peak, Lantau Peak, Tai Mau Shan, and Sai Kung Hoi. Backed by a $20 to $30 million investment, 7 projects will launch by year-end. Chuk stressed the flexibility of the initiative.
We are quite confident that the 9 projects to be implemented will bring in considerable number of visitors to Hong Kong. But I think you would understand that it is difficult to quantify this and put a figure on what additional number of visitors will come as a result of these 9 projects. The projects will result in economic benefits to Hong Kong and will also benefit the industries involved.
He urged local businesses to innovate alongside government efforts, emphasizing collaboration to sustain momentum. Kun Ting Yang, Cable News.
Meanwhile, Chief Executive John Lee pledged to boost the city's tourism sector by improving interdepartmental coordination, aiming to cater to evolving travel trends. Xu Ren reports.
Hong Kong welcomed 16 million visitors in the first 4 months of this year, a 10% increase compared to the same period last year. Speaking ahead of the Executive Council meeting, Lee said the government will upgrade existing attractions while identifying new tourism potential across all 18 districts to align with shifting travel preferences. Spanning art, culture, gourmet experiences and ecotourism, the initiatives aim to make Hong Kong a more dynamic and enjoyable destination. The government will also leverage augmented reality and virtual reality technologies to enhance visitor experiences, encouraging spending and driving greater economic benefits. Responding to concerns over recent closures in the retail and catering sectors, Lee reiterated that the economy is in a transitional phase.
New demands and new likings are emerging. There are sectors which do well and some sectors which don't do as well. Some shops are closed while many are opened. The number of registered companies in Hong Kong has reached a record high.
As of end of last year, the number of companies registered in Hong Kong has reached 1.46 million, logging an annual increase of over 29,000 companies. Cheryl Yun, Cable News.
Hong Kong's job market worsened, with the latest jobless rate climbing to a more than 2-year high. Data from the Census and Statistics Department show that the seasonally adjusted unemployment rate rose to 3.4% from 3.2% in the 3-month period ending March. The figure meant the number of people without jobs increased by 6,600. The underemployment rate also edged up to 1.3% in the February to April period, up from 1.1% in the prior 3-month period, representing an additional 4,900 underemployed individuals. Secretary for Labor and Welfare Chris Sun said various industries in the city are undergoing a transitional period, and the trends of their unemployment rates may go upward or downward. However, he remained optimistic about the labor market due to the easing of trade tensions, continued growth in the mainland economy, and various stimulus measures from the SAR government. The Ombudsman's office will only permit public access to its archived reports through online requests starting today, after it abruptly removed all pre-2023 investigation reports and annual records from its revamped website. A move Chief Executive John Lee defended by stressing the office's operational independence. Quentin Yang reports.
Ombudsman Jack Chan confirmed the changes during an interview today, stating that retaining old reports no longer reflects the latest realities and risks slowing down the website. Our primary goal is to handle public complaints, not to maintain an archive, he said, addressing criticism over the sudden removal of high-profile reports, including a 2014 probe into government transparency loopholes, a 2018 tobacco control staffing gap, and a 2020 audit of lax oversight in public swimming lane allocations. The move, effective immediately, requires citizens to formally request access to archived materials through an online application process, with responses promised within 10 working days. Critics highlighted unresolved questions. Applications for records require in-person visits, and the office has yet to clarify if copies or photographs of documents will be permitted. Chen said detailed arrangements would follow, but hinted at exceptions for urgent cases, such as media requests. The Ombudsman defended the move as a trade-off, comparing to a 2022 purge of reports older than a decade. Chief Executive John Lee, when asked about the controversy, stressed the office's independence. It operates autonomously. The government does not interfere. Quentin Yang, Cable News.
Foreign Minister Wang Yi is set to visit Hong Kong next Friday to attend a signing ceremony which will see the city's establishment as an international mediation center. A spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs confirmed that Wang will attend the signing ceremony of the Convention on the establishment of the International Organization for Mediation on May 30th. The mediation body, headquartered in the Wan Chai Police Station, is set up to leverage the city's common law heritage and its expertise as a dispute resolution center to create an intergovernmental platform for resolving disagreements. High-level representatives from nearly 60 countries and 20 international organizations will also attend the ceremony. The government was urged to raise the surcharge for employers who default on employees' pensions after the number of payment notices hit 390,000 last year. According to the Mandatory Provident Fund Schemes Authority, the number of payment notices issued has jumped from around 340,000 in 2022. At present, defaulting employers are subject to a surcharge of 5% on the overdue MPF contributions, regardless of whether the payment is 1 day or 100 days late. Taking to the airwaves, lawmaker Lam Chan Singh from the Election Committee, also the chairman of the Federation of Hong Kong and Kowloon Labour Unions, suggested the MPFA review those defaulting employers and enterprises that repeatedly fail to make timely MPF contributions. He stressed that the surcharge could be increased from the current 5% to maybe 10%, hoping to create a stronger deterrent. He also noted the insolvency fund, which provides ex gratia payments to employees when their employers close down their business, saying that it can shoulder the defaulted MPF contributions as it currently holds over $7 billion. U.S. President Donald Trump said Russia and Ukraine will immediately start negotiations for a ceasefire after a more than 2-hour phone call with his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin. Still, the conversations did not appear to yield a major breakthrough, as the Kremlin said the process will take time. Anna Chen reports.
Meeting the press after separate calls with Russian and Ukrainian leaders, Trump struck a slightly different tone to this prospect of immediate ceasefire talks.
I tell you, big egos involved, but I think something's going to happen. And if it doesn't, I'd just back away and they're going to have to keep going.
Trump added that he believed Putin wants to end the war. He also told reporters the Vatican expressed interest in hosting the negotiations, but there was no confirmation that any talks had been scheduled. Responding to the meaningful and frank call with Trump, Putin said he was ready to work with Ukraine on drafting a memorandum for future peace talks, while the Kremlin said the process would take time. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, on the other hand, urged the U.S. not to distance itself from talks. He said discussions are underway about a possible high-level summit involving the U.S., Russia, Ukraine, EU leaders, and the United Kingdom. However, Trump indicated he was not ready to join Europe with fresh sanctions to pressure Moscow and said this was a European situation. Anna Chan, Cable News.
Now let's take a look at the stock market. The Hang Seng Index ended the day up 348 points. Top ATIC stocks of the day. Xiaomi was up $2.45. Tencent was up $3. Meituan was up $2, and BYD was up $10.80. China's electric car battery giant Contemporary Amperex Technology soared 16.4% above its offer price on its trading debut in Hong Kong, the biggest initial public offering in the world so far this year, cheering up investors with a book profit of $4,320 per lot size. Xu Rin reports.
CATL began trading on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange after raising $35.7 billion in its initial public offering, the largest globally this year. Robin Zhang, founder and chairman of the world's top electric vehicle battery maker, said the listing signifies the company's deeper integration into global capital markets and a major milestone in advancing a zero-carbon economy. CATL is not just a battery manufacturer, but a system solution provider committed to becoming a zero-carbon technology leader, Zhang said. Finance chief Paul Chan, who attended the listing ceremony, hailed the IPO as a vote of confidence from businesses and investors. Chan highlighted the strong performance of Hong Kong stocks and the resilience of the local currency, which have boosted the market sentiments, adding that CATL's listing would further enhance the liquidity of Hong Kong stocks. With CATL already listed on the A-share market, Bonnie Chan, Chief Executive Officer of Hong Kong Exchange and Clearing, said dual listings on both the A-share and Hong Kong markets is becoming an emerging trend. Chan said that 40 companies have applied or announced plans for dual listings, and the burst operator is currently processing 150 listing applications, including several industry leaders seeking to raise over $1 billion each. Cheryl Yun, Cable News.
On to the weather now. Mainly cloudy with isolated showers. The minimum temperature will be about 28 degrees tomorrow morning. Hot with sunny periods during the day, with the maximum temperature of around 32 degrees in the urban areas. Sunny periods in the next few days, very hot during the day. Now let's take a look at the weather around the world. That's our news tonight. I'm Evelyn Bai. Thanks for watching and good night.